The following portion of Daytime Blue Ridge is sponsored by
It has been a big week so far on Daytime. First, we stepped up our workout routine, then we cleaned our eating up with some healthy new recipes, and now it's time to get our finances in order. And here to help us out, we have Courtney Campbell, the Financial Education Manager for Freedom First Credit Union. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. So what do you think it is? Why do you think so many people put getting their money in order at the top of their list for their New Year's resolutions?
Well, I think it's because pretty much all of our goals have something related to finance to do with them. You know, if you think about it, I want to go on vacation, I want to go back to school, I want to do some home improvement. All that stuff costs money. So
yeah. And why do you think there's a lot of people that, fail to save? Because it can be a struggle.
It's definitely a hard habit to build, and sometimes once we hit a roadblock, we can give up. Oftentimes we set a really large goal and we don't break down the little baby steps to get there, and that's what can sometimes get people off track.
Okay, so look at the small picture rather than the big picture. So
exactly.
let's get into it. What are some things that we can do to actually reach our financial goals for 2019?
Okay, so micro resolutions are something that I love right now. It's a lot easier to commit to something for 30 days than for the whole year.
Yes.
So, and if you have a larger goal, then you can do something small each month to build toward it. So, and sometimes those can even layer on top of each other. For example, this month I've given up soda. I usually buy one on the way to work or on breaks.
Right.
So that's helping me both save money and get healthier. Just a little thing to do. Another thing to do, and probably the best 30-day commitment that you could make financially, would be to track your spending for 30 days. That really helps you identify those spending leaks and put that cash flow towards something that you really more aligns with your goals.
I will say my husband and I took a step back and kind of wrote all of that down, and we were really surprised because you don't know when you're in it.
There are always surprises. You might think to yourself, oh yeah, I know I eat out too much or whatever, but until you see that number there in black and white over the course of 30 days, sometimes you have no idea how much it really is.
Yeah, what are some other things that you have, some other tips?
So for savings, certainly there are savings challenges that you can do. And so having a visual can be really helpful. There are savings charts online that can help you with that. And also making it a competition sometimes. So if you do it with your coworkers or friends or family. So the 52-week savings challenge is one, and that is a really great way to build momentum and build that savings habit if you're not used to saving yet. So week 1, you save $1. Week 2, $2. Week 3, $3, and so on for the 52 weeks of the year.
And then you end up making
$1,378 just by adding $1 extra a week to your savings. Like I said, week 52, you're saving $52, but by that point, you've gotten into a good groove and you're used to saving. One caveat with that is maybe don't start it in January. You might want to wait until April, because if you start in January, then you're saving the most money in December, and that's already a big spend month for most people.
Yes, it is. That's very true. So a lot of people have tax returns coming in the next few months. What are some ways that we can make sure we're not just completely blowing that money?
Yes. So tax refunds can be an awesome way to kickstart your financial goals, but if you don't have a plan, it's easy to just whittle it away on stuff you don't need.
Right.
So write down a plan now. Say, I'm going to put 25% of this toward paying off some debt. I'm going to put 25% of this toward vacation, whatever it is. Just have that written plan there, and that'll help you stay on track.
I feel like writing it down is so important, not just keeping it in your brain, but actually putting it down.
Because once that money hits, if you have something written down,
you're more likely to follow it.
Yes.
Okay, so in a little bit, you're going to be joining us to talk about how your bank can actually help you out and help you achieve your financial goals. FreedomFirst.com if you want to get in touch with Freedom First. We are back with Courtney Campbell from Freedom First. Now we're talking about how you can get help with your financial goals from your bank or credit union. I feel like there's a lot of things that credit unions can help you out with that people are not aware of. Is that right?
Right, yeah. And sometimes, you've opened your account back when you got your first job and you're just not aware of all the things that have been offered since then. So that might be a reason people haven't looked into it.
Absolutely. So what are some of these things that people should be looking for if they're, trying to decide on a bank or credit union?
Sure. Well, regardless of what your financial goals are for the year, we all know that every single dollar counts.
Yes.
So one big thing to look for are checking and savings accounts that pay you some interest, or debit or credit cards that give you some cash back.
Okay.
So that can really help.
There are banks and credit unions that don't offer that?
Sometimes not. So you want to look for those accounts that can really help your money work for you as well.
Okay. And then there's also programs that people can look for. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
So there are different loan programs. So let's say that you don't have established credit yet, or you're working to rebuild your credit. If you've made some mistakes in the past, that's okay. There are programs like credit builder loans, which Freedom First offers, and that's a small loan. So you're not paying a lot back each month, and it's a low interest rate, so that you can get back on track in a way that kind of removes the temptation for overspending that a credit card offers, and shows up on your credit report and builds that credit for you.
So you're a financial educator, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
So what goes into that role?
So we help people develop action plans that are in alignment with whatever their goals are. So everyone's goals are unique, of course, but like we were talking about, sometimes those big goals can be hard to break down into those baby steps. So we want to help people be able to do that.
And then you all, obviously, like you said, you offer coaching. So what goes into that? You sit down with somebody and you talk about, hey, here's my problems.
Right. So whatever their problems are, whatever their obstacles, and then just focusing on those goals and what is going to fit into their life. Because money, while it's a numbers game, is also a psychological game. And so you really have to figure out what's going to keep that person motivated, and then work together to help them achieve those goals.
So what sets Freedom First kind of apart from other places that you might see?
Well, you know, we're very involved in the community, and we really take a one-on-one approach with our members, and whatever their goals are. We look at ourselves as partners on your financial journey. And right now we have some amazing products to help people achieve those goals. We have Freedom Cash and Freedom Stash checking accounts, which, like we were talking about earlier, offer use the money that is paid back. So Freedom Cash, for example, that gives you 2% cash back on all of your debit card purchases. And then our Freedom Stash account offers up to 5% interest paid out on your average daily balance. So those can be a great way to kickstart your goals, and neither of them have a minimum balance requirement, so that's a beautiful thing too.
Okay, so if somebody wants to get in touch with you all, really they can come in and they can find out everything that you offer, right?
Any branch, or go to freedomfirst.com, or you can contact our education department as well. So any way you want to reach out.
The financial coaching is under that too, so you can email education@freedomfirst.com. You can also give them a call, 540-339-3468. Courtney, this is great. Thank you so much.